Hey fashionistas, back again as promised with a hair video. I know I have not done a hair video in such a long time. Some of you ladies who are subscribed to me for my hair videos are probably like, okay, fine, you have all these hauls and stuff, but we are here to see, your hair progression and talk about hair and hair products and hair tips and stuff like that. I'm so sorry. My channel is mixed. It's not just about hair, but I know that I haven't done a hair video in a really long time. So sorry about that. I'm here to talk about hair. And this video, obviously, as you can tell by the title, is how to get thicker hair. A lot of you, especially those of you who saw my hair journey video, a lot of you kept commenting about how thick my hair is and saying, how do you get it to be that thick and long? Not just the fact that it's long, but that it's so thick. I'm going to tell you, I'm not sure how many tips, but I'm going to just basically just give you exactly how you can thicken your hair, how you can get your hair to be not only, long. Obviously, that's what, my channel has been about, growing out your hair and taking good care of it. But how to make sure that it is thick and healthy, because that is the number one goal, the number one key. Thick, healthy hair, okay? And then length will come as a result of that, okay? First off, let me just say, because of genetics play a really big part in how thick your hair is going to be. It doesn't really have anything to do with how healthy your hair is going to be, or I wouldn't even say so much how long your hair is going to be, because your hair can get long. I don't think genetics is going to stop your hair from getting. I don't. There's that. It doesn't really affect that. But how thick your hair will be, that genetics has a lot to do with that. So if you come from, a long line of women or men who do not have thick hair, like if thick hair does not run in your family, maybe you won't have really, really big, thick, full, bushy hair. That just may not be in your genetics. But that doesn't mean that you can't have some thickness, some measure of thickness. Okay. For those of you who you are blessed, and I don't think that having thinner hair is a curse or anything like that. It's not like you're not blessed, but you know you're wanting to make your hair thicker, so obviously for you thin hair is just is a problem. Okay. So for those of you who were blessed to have thick hair genes, this won't be something that really adds to, like, it'll just be something that'll kind of help. But if you have thick hair, you pretty much have it. No matter what, you're gonna always have it. This will just help it, I guess, to be thicker at the ends, but you have thick hair regardless. But these tips are mainly really for people who are trying to achieve thicker hair, who are having problems with keeping their hair thick. Okay, so here we go. Tip number one: protein. Protein, protein, protein. A lot of ladies are having issues with their ends being thick. Not so much the root, but the ends being thick, because the issue here comes in where you will have long hair, or up at towards the top, towards your roots of your hair will be full, but then you get down to the ends of the hair and it's thinned out, and you see straight through it, and it just looks bad. Okay? Protein, I promise you, protein will fix that. Protein. Your hair loves protein. Your hair is made up of protein. So when you just constantly feed your hair protein, it's gonna bulk up. Literally, it's gonna bulk up. I say that not only from just research and from just understanding hair, but also from experience. Because when my hair, you guys remember from my video from like last summer, I said I did a protein treatment, like a really strong protein treatment, and my hair completely just it turned into a bush. Like, it was so thick when I was done with that protein treatment. Like, my hair bulked up really big, like really big. So I'm telling you, if you do protein treatments, regularly, and it doesn't have to be strong. You can do light protein like ORS hair mayonnaise or ORS replenishing conditioner. Those are light protein. So if you do something like that, but you just do it, regularly, that will help your hair to bulk up and get thicker. Protein, number one. Okay. Number two, lay off the heat. Lay off of the heat. Guys, please leave the heat alone. There is no I really don't know any other way to put that than to just say, honestly, you really are going to have to be disciplined enough to lay off the heat. I mean, I would say if you're really serious about making your hair thicker, I would say maybe a heat pass maybe once a month. Yeah, that's about the most I could give you. Like the most frequent that I can give you to use heat is maybe once a month. If you're serious about making your hair thicker, getting your hair thicker, you really got to lay off the heat, and that includes blow dryers and heat styling tools like curling wands and flat irons and things like that. You gotta cut that stuff down to a bare minimum. I personally haven't put any heat on my hair in a year. Yeah, so it's been a year. So, and I haven't put any heat on my hair just because I just don't, it's not necessary for me anymore. I don't really, you guys already know, I've said this plenty of times before, I don't really care about straightening my hair. That's not something that I really like to do. I mean, it's fine. And if I get the urge, then I will. But I haven't really had the urge. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so sorry. I had to switch to recording on my iPhone because my camera, my camera went out because the memory card was full. I'm annoyed. That's another thing, you guys. I'm getting a new camera because this is not going to work at all. It's getting on my last nerves. So anyways, as I was saying, I do not care about straightening my hair. It's just not something that I really care about. It's not something that I have a desire to do. So I don't straighten my hair or, curl it with a curling wand or curling iron or whatever that often. It's been a year, as I already said. So, hey, I mean, that's that. It is what it is. But anyway, so that's number two. Number two, lay off the heat, okay? Number three, castor oil. Castor oil, I began using castor oil back in 2011. I started a castor oil challenge from just hearing a lot of the ladies in the hair community talk about castor oil and its benefits as far as thickening the hair and stimulating growth and things like that. So I started using castor oil fall of 2011, and I'm so glad that I did. Castor oil is the truth. Do you hear me? The business. I love castor oil for thickening my hair, and I apply it to my scalp. So you can apply it to your scalp, and it will literally thicken your hair, starting obviously with the roots or whatever. So there's your issue for the roots, starting to thicken your hair, beginning with the root, and then if you're trying to thicken the ends, then you will use the protein, like I said. But castor oil does work. It absolutely does work. Okay, castor oil is number three. All right, and number four. Although I don't do this, I've heard people say that it works and that it is a benefit, and I obviously think that this is a benefit, but it's just not something that I really do to try to thicken my hair. But it's vitamins, taking vitamins like the hair, skin, and nails vitamins, and just regular like 1-a-day vitamins and things like that, like GNC and 1-a-day women's and Centrum, and just those vitamins. So vitamins won't hurt. They definitely won't hurt. I can definitely see how they would contribute. So if you're interested in trying that and allowing that to be something that you use to also thicken your hair, you can definitely go that route as well. But you don't have to use vitamins. You don't have to do vitamins because I don't use them. And those other 3 pointers that I gave you, they definitely work for me.
Also, another thing that you can try, I don't do this, I don't do this, but it has worked for a lot of women who naturally have thin hair. What is it called? Texlaxing. Texlaxing is where you do not relax your hair, because I'm now at this point, this tip right here is, you know, geared towards women who are relaxed. If you're natural, then you can use those other 3 or 4 tips that I gave you. But this 5th tip is for women who are relaxed. Okay, so if you relax your hair and you absolutely just, I don't know, you have like really, really thin hair, or you just want like really, really full hair, and I don't know, you're willing to go to extremes, I would say texlaxing, like you want the maximum like fullness. Then I would say texlaxing. And texlaxing is not relaxing your hair bone straight. It's leaving some texture in your hair. So instead of if you usually leave your relaxer in for like 20 minutes or 25 minutes, then that means you would leave it in for maybe 10 minutes, you know, something like that. So you're not gonna sit and let it wait, and you're not gonna wait and just let it take, as we say, let it take, or let it process until it's completely bone straight. You're gonna like only, you know, you're gonna cut that time in half and only let it relax or process until there's just maybe like a wave, you know what I mean? So, or like a very loose curl, you know what I mean? So that's texlaxing. You can also go that route if you really want like maximum fullness, maximum thickness that you can have. Okay, so those 5 tips are definitely foolproof ways to thicken your hair. And I'm gonna leave you with this. This is something that I have been doing every summer since the summer of 2012. I've been doing this. Yeah, since 2012, I will get my hair braided, not like with like weave braids, but like my own regular hair. I'll braid it over this like beginning of like May, and I'll let the braids sit in for like a month or whatever. And what I do is I while my hair is braided in my own regular hair, in my own hair braided to the scalp, like braided in some cute little, you know, style. While my hair is braided and just is resting, I will use Afro-G's Keratin Restructurizer. That spray right there, I will spray that on my hair pretty much, not every day, but like, you know, maybe like 2 or 3 times a week. I would spray that on my hair during that entire month that I had my hair braided. Just spray that on my hair. And when I took every year, every summer, which has only been, what, obviously only 2 summers, but literally every time that I did that, you know, letting my hair rest in the braids and spraying that protein spray, that Afro-G protein spray on my braids, every time I've done that, when I would take my hair down from out of the braids at the end of the month, my hair would be huge. I'm actually going to insert a pic right here to show you just how huge my hair would be when I take it out of those braids from just spraying that protein spray on my hair throughout that entire month, for like 2 or 3 times per week. Okay. My hair would be so huge. When I first got it braided, it was fine, like it was regular. But when I took it down, every single time without fail, my hair would be like humongous, really, really, really big and thick. So that worked for me, and I definitely want to share that with you guys, because I'm telling you that will work. I'm telling you, when you just stuff protein into your hair will bulk up and swell up, because it makes your hair swell. Okay, so these 5 tips, okay, and that little story I just gave you here, that will definitely work. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Like, guarantee. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for you guys. Again, I'm sorry about the lighting. Sorry about, you know, having to switch cameras, you know, switch to my phone. I'm so sorry. This will not be an issue once I move and get a new camera. I am getting a new camera and I am moving, and you won't have to worry about these issues. But anyways, I just wanted to get this video up. Thank you guys for rocking with me. I will see y'all in another video. Deuces.